Europe towards the United States. The US government has sent a memo to 9 universities outlining requirements for preferential access to federal funds, including a new cap on international undergraduate students. The Trump administration's 10-point memo limits foreign students to 15% of total enrollment, with no more than 5% from any single country. The memo, titled "A Compact for Academic Excellence in Higher Education," also includes requirements on admissions, tuitions, freezes, data transparency, and screening foreign students for alignment with American and Western values. Universities failing to comply would lose federal benefits, while compliant institutions may receive federal rewards. Indian students, who form a significant portion of U.S. international enrollment, say that the new 5% country cap could block access to affordable campuses and create visa uncertainties. The 9 universities receiving the memo include the University of Arizona, Brown University, Dartmouth, MIT, Pennsylvania, USC, Texas, Virginia, and Vanderbilt. With us on the broadcast is Dr. Satoru Nagao, fellow at the Hudson Institute, joining us from Tokyo. Thank you so much for taking our time and speaking to us on NewsX World. Once again, we're seeing the Trump administration's tiff with universities escalate. A fresh memo has been sent to 9 such universities. What could the potential consequences of these universities implementing this plan be for the American economy at large, which does in fact reap the benefits of foreign students, international students paying quite high tuition fees?
In this case, the why Trump administration focusing on the university student or university itself as a target of their policies, there are 3 reasons, I believe. Firstly, of course, America first means that the American student should get more benefit than the foreign student is the concept they believe. And both support Trump administration because of this is one of the reasons. But this is not the only reason. Indeed, second and third is indeed very important. Firstly, the view from the Trump administration, university is the fortress of the left-wing people. So that's why when the Trump administration tried to get majority in the next election, firstly, they need to attack fortress, which is a university. So then in this case, third reason is related with the second reason. Indeed, since October 7, 2023 attack against Israel, many anti-Israel movement has happened in the university, and students came from foreign countries joined this move the Trump administration believe. So such kind of the anti-Israel movement is, despite this is anti-Israel, Trump administration believe this is anti-United States movement, and this is the too left they believe, and foreign invasion they believe. So that's why they try to cracking down the university as a fortress of the left wing. This is connected. So that's why the Trump administration will not back down in this issue, because they believe this is a fortress of the enemy side. So that's why even if the foreign student is influence of the United States, and the foreign student contributes the economy on the U.S. economy, if such kind of situation has happened, even if such kind of situation, Trump administration see this university their enemy, they believe.
Indeed, and a lot of critics are meantime pointing out that what the Trump administration is doing is undermining institutional independence. And do you think then these institutes could then approach court against the Trump administration? Would it lead to a legal showdown?
It is true that American first policy is not popular from the other country, that's true. But at the same time, it is also true that still America accepting many foreigners as a student, workers, legally. So that's why, indeed, still America is cooperate with other country, I think, under the Trump administration. But at the same time, it is true that this is not a popular policy from the other country, and American influence towards other country could be declined, some people believe. But at the same time, Trump administration itself shows a very strong influence in the security field. That's also true because compared with the Biden age of the Biden administration, Biden administration is a little bit too weak, and Trump administration is too strong. So that's why too strong is better than the too weak in some case. So that's why it is also true that even if the American first policy is not popular from the other countries, still American shows the influence, and everyone need to look the move of the Trump administration in the United States. So that is true, I believe.
All right, so I request you to stay on with us as we're tracking further updates from the United States. We're now learning that protests are underway in Portland in Oregon. The latest began on Friday when people demonstrated outside the city's immigration detention facility after U.S. President Donald Trump announced that he would send federal agents to crack down on such protests. Meanwhile, on Saturday, hundreds gathered in southwest Portland, starting at Elizabeth Carruthers Park before marching to the ICE detention facilities. Crowds blocked the road outside the building, and federal officers fired tear gas, smoke canisters and pepper spray in order to disperse them, making at least 7 arrests, 2 of whom were released later that day. Last week, President Trump had declared that he would be deploying up to 200 members of the Oregon National Guard to Portland, which was then temporarily blocked by U.S. District Judge Karen Immergut. Additionally, the judge ruled that the Trump administration lacked a legal basis to federalize state troops. Meanwhile, in court filings yesterday, lawyers for Oregon, California and Portland urged Judge Immergut to expand her order to cover California troops as well. This comes as protesters continue to express opposition to the federal troop presence as legal and constitutional questions remain over the use of federalized military units in domestic cities. Now, the Trump administration says that the deployments are intended to protect federal assets and officers, but local leaders and advocates warn that such moves may escalate tensions in Portland and other targeted cities such as Washington, D.C., Chicago and Los Angeles. Still with us on the broadcast is Dr. Satoru Nagao, fellow at the Hudson Institute in Tokyo. We've been seeing these protests crop up not just in Portland, but in Memphis as well as in Chicago over the Trump administration's recent orders. Donald Trump claims that he's trying to rein in crime, trying to reduce the statistics of crime in these cities, but particularly he's targeting Democratic-led cities. Do you think down the line this battle, if prolonged, could escalate to the point of going to the U.S. Supreme Court as well?
Yes, it could be escalate, I think, because there are the 2 aspects as a background of this movement. Firstly, of course, illegal means that if the illegal immigrant can stay and work for a long time is illegal. So that's why, of course, legal, from the legal issue, of course, the Trump administration must crack down. That is true. But at the same time, what administration sent the troops to indicate that this is not purely the illegal or not. Indeed, this is the issue of the left or right. Trump administration is right side, government, and the local government in these cities are left-wing party Democrats lead the cities. So that's why Trump administration try to cracking down the fortress of the left side, which is Democrat side, one by one. So that's why this is not purely legal or illegal. This is indeed the internal political matter of the United States. The Trump administration want to expand their influence in the election, and the left-wing local government try to resist it. That is such kind of the movement, the background of such kind of movement currently, I think.
All right, sir, with that, I would like to thank you for taking out time sharing your analysis with us on NewsX World. With that, viewers, we're shifting focus to more developments coming in. Oil prices have risen to about 1.5% today after OPEC Plus announced a lower than expected increase in production for November. This decision, aligning with October's output hike, was aimed at stabilizing the market amid concerns of an oversupply. As a result, the Brent crude rose to $65.44 US per barrel. Meanwhile, US West Texas Intermediate hit $61.77 US per barrel. Even though prices have gone up, experts warn that weak demand, especially during refinery maintenance worldwide and the coming winter, might stop prices from rising even further. Additionally, ongoing conflicts and sanctions on Russia plus attacks on its energy facilities are affecting the global oil market. Shifting focus to what's happening in Australia, police are set to interrogate the suspect behind the shooting incident in Sydney. Police had initially stated that up to 100 bullets were fired and 20 people were wounded. However, the New South Wales Police Acting Superintendent Stephen Parry has now revised the number of shots fired to about 50 and the toll of the wounded to 16. The accused shooter was taken to a hospital and treated for minor injuries to the area around his eyes that were sustained during his arrest. However, no charges have been laid against the alleged gunman who opened fire at passers-by. Here's what Stephen Parry had to say. Listen in.
Okay, following on from last night's incident about 7:44 p.m, a 60-year-old male was arrested at the scene by specialist police officers. He received a number of minor injuries. He has been treated at Bankstown Hospital. He's been released, and a short time ago he was returned to custody here at Burwood Police Station. He's yet to be interviewed by detectives. That process is currently taking place, and he will be charged later this afternoon with a string of offences.
All right, viewers, with that, it's a wrap on this bulletin. More news and updates on the